Hey everyone, I am in the bathroom and what I'm going to be talking about today is choosing ThinSet for the bathroom project. So stay tuned. So if you're new to the channel, just want to welcome you here and hopefully you'll consider subscribing if you like what you see. Also, check out DIY Apprentice on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. I post lots of pictures and videos on those platforms before I post anything on YouTube. And occasionally I'll post things on those platforms I don't post on YouTube. Also, check out the website at DIYapprentice.com. And don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video. So you probably noticed behind me there's a bunch of patches on the wall, and that's because I'm working on sealing up the tub surround. So I've been putting in some little bit of caulk material. I'm also going to be putting in a little bit of waterproofing material in here, so we'll talk a little bit about that in an upcoming video. But what I wanted to focus on in this video is actually choosing ThinSet for this project because I need to seal some areas like around the niche over here and around the window and in the corners and on the seam on the back wall. I need to seal those up with ThinSet also as part of sealing the tub surround. So in this video, basically I'm going to focus on how I decided on which ThinSets to go with on this project. So let's get into it. I've been using Laticrete products in the tub surround so far, namely Laticrete Hydroband Adhesive and Sealant, which I really like, and I'll be final coating parts of the tub surround with Laticrete Hydroband Liquid Membrane before tiling. Naturally, it made sense to go with Laticrete ThinSet as a tile setting material, but since Lowe's and Home Depot are just 6 miles from my house, it seemed like a better idea to select one of their lines of products instead, just in case I ran out of material and needed more. So I stopped by Lowe's first and found that their shelves are stocked with Mape products, which I've read are very good. I'd actually seen them sold in a couple tile stores. And scanning the packaging and seeing the variety of available options though, I instantly became confused. Then I went across the street to check out Home Depot. They carry custom building products, which includes their very popular RedGuard liquid membrane. And perusing the aisle at Home Depot, I realized I still had a lot more work to do before I could feel comfortable selecting the right products. Let's start first with some basic terms because this is where I really got tripped up. Now, you may see the term ThinSet, ThinSet mortar, dry set mortar, or similar terms used by various manufacturers. And according to the most reliable source I could find, which is the Tile Council of North America, the aforementioned terms are all synonymous. So we'll just use ThinSet going forward in this video, and ThinSet is basically the cement-based product applied as a thin layer for setting tile. Now, I have seen dry set mentioned sometimes to denote the possibility of a thicker application of the mortar over typical thin sets, as in the case of large tile or natural stone materials. Another term that's often confused with thin set or dry set mortar or mortar is mastic. It's also called adhesive or mastic adhesive. Now, mastic is not a cement-based product, and we'll not be using that product on this bathroom project since the manufacturers of the materials used in the tile installation, as we'll cover later, recommend using ThinSet. Alright, since we know we'll be using ThinSet on this project, let's take a look at the types of ThinSets that are available. We're going to start first of all with unmodified ThinSet, which is the most basic type of setting material. Just by examining its name, unmodified ThinSet contains no additives, but they can be mixed with additives to create a stronger bond to prevent cracking. This brings us to modified ThinSets, also known as latex modified or polymer modified ThinSets. These ThinSets contain the additives we just mentioned that help to create a stronger bond to prevent cracking. As larger and heavier tiles have become more popular, large format tile ThinSet is now available. These are normally latex modified ThinSets used to set tiles where one side is 15 inches or longer. Okay, now that we've covered some basic terms, let's dive in and select ThinSet. Now, examining product brochures and online guides, I chose custom building products for my installation. And the reason for that is I thought their product solutions and their systems were very comprehensive and they were very easy to grasp. So here's a page out of Custom Building Products installation brochure. And they have 4 categories, or basically 4 steps for a tile installation that they highlight. So you've got surface preparation. And if you look at their products for surface prep, a lot of those will have a red highlight on them. Then you've got setting materials. Those products usually have a green highlight on them. Then you've got grout, which is a purple color. And then care products, which is in yellow. I have most of the preparation already handled, and we're just going to be covering setting materials here. And in the installation brochure, there's a setting materials guide we're going to use to select our ThinSet. So my goal was to find a versatile product I could use for just about every aspect of the tile setting process, including the tub surround walls, walls outside the tub surround, and on the floor. I also wanted to find a product that would be compatible with various finish materials. In the setting materials guide, there are a couple sections: floors and countertops and walls. We're going to start with the tub surround. So the first column lists substrates. Now, my substrate is DensShield tile backer, and Georgia Pacific recommends installing tile using the same setting materials used with cement-based tile backers such as Wonderboard Light. Latex modified ThinSet is commonly used in the tub surround with those materials. Our application is interior-exterior wet-dry area, so our choices on the right have been narrowed. Now, we're planning on going with porcelain tile, either standard size or large format, and accent tiles that may include glass. The choices in the polymer modified mortars columns don't work with large format tile, so we'll skip to the columns on the right. Well, if we look even closer, we'll see that Megalite and ProLite are the only setting materials that work with all three tile types. And if you look at the legend at the top left, it shows that Megalite is the highest performing of the two products. Let's move to the bathroom walls outside the tub surround, where we may continue the tile or install an accent tile. So we find gypsum wallboard as our substrate, interior dry to intermittent water exposure as our application, and then we'll skip to the right to find that, again, Megalite and ProLite are recommended for all three tile types. Next, we're going to look at floors. And I'll most likely be installing Schluter's Ditra heat mat for the radiant floor heat and to isolate the tile from the plywood. Now, Schluter recommends using latex modified ThinSet to adhere the Ditra heat to the plywood subfloor. So again, Megalite and ProLite would fit the bill here. Installing an impervious tile such as porcelain on top of an impervious material like Ditra heat generally requires an unmodified ThinSet or a specialized modified ThinSet such as Schluter's All Set. Setting impervious tile using most other modified ThinSets on top of Ditra could take up to a week to dry before grout can be applied. I'm leaning more towards a modified ThinSet for a stronger bond, so I'll probably use Schluter All Set. Last thing to cover is ThinSet color choices, and the choice is usually between gray and white. Now we'll be installing a lighter colored tile, and most likely with lighter colored grout lines, so I chose a white ThinSet. And with all that out of the way, I could not find Megalite at my local Home Depot, so I picked ProLite as my main latex modified ThinSet. Alright, so there you have it. There's choosing ThinSet for the bathroom project. Not terribly difficult at all. The one area that I had to make sure I got right is choosing ThinSet for the Ditra if I go with that product on the floor. So looking at the manufacturer's instructions, that's what I always do on a lot of these parts of the project. I'll look at the manufacturer's instructions first. Maybe I'll visit a forum here or there, but I try to stick with the manufacturer's recommendations. I might even call their tech support line and get some questions answered that way, and then I proceed from there. So hopefully this information was helpful, and thanks for watching. See links in the description below. Comment, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check us out on social media. And thanks for watching.